Well, nerds, it's time to talk, and this is a serious one because we're here to talk about something because I've been triggered, and well, it's time to bring that into a rant video that happens to be a top 5 list. And this is the top 5 things Fire Emblem needs to improve upon, or else I'm going to lose my goddamn mind. So, from the minuscule to major, it's time to talk about them. Number 5. I'm not sure if any of you are familiar with dancers or singers, but basically, well, these are units that have the capability to exchange turns, so they give their turn to someone else who's already used it, and that lets them move again or do another action. This is something that's been in Fire Emblem for ages, from dancing units to spells themselves that do it. It's essentially the same thing. So can someone please tell me why I had to level up my Ninian with such terrible attack? She couldn't kill anything. Ugh. Why can't dance give EXP? Can someone explain this to me, please? It's always done this in Fire Emblem. Why does it not work in Heroes? Is it because it's a command skill? Well, I hate to say it, but it's a very special one. Can you please add EXP to it? It's not too much to ask. I don't want to have another Ninian incident. Please, I lost my mind doing that. And I'll be pretty honest, I think it should, follow tradition. It's always given EXP. Granted, not the most amazing EXP, but it would be nice to at least get something for giving up your turn to another user and letting them go crazy. Please, intelligent systems, please. Please, fix this. Number 4. So, chances are, if you've been leveling up any of your characters, you've probably gone to the training tower, right? Right? Please? Please tell me you've gone there? Please? Oh well. Well, anyways, chances are you've probably been there, you probably leveled up a bunch of units, and you probably have a crap ton of these things. Good lord, so many badges. And I'm just gonna say this right now, there is no real valid use for them right now, outside of, well, leveling up and making your units a bit better in the star rankings, but even then, chances are you have a billion of them by now, and they are just sitting there, stockpiling. And that's just sad. Can we please have some sort of use for them outside of what they are right now? I understand, you want them to be this badge that you can use to improve your units. Well, you know what? That's great. But how about when I summon a unit and it's, not the best IVs, can't I maybe use those badges in something? Maybe let me re-roll my characters? Let them have a different IV setup? Because, let me tell you, nothing makes me madder than having to re-roll a character from my summon just because he has minus attack as a Bane, and that's just insane to me. Still, badges are just kind of sitting there. It might be nice to have them as something else other than just, currency to upgrade your unit for maybe just a little bit. Not only that, but they don't even use them that much. Seriously, 20 of those great badges? How many do you guys have? This is how much I have, and I've been playing moderately. Not even really touching the training tower outside of maybe an hour every day. That's a lot. And that's just capping up almost everything I've had with these badges. They're everywhere. You could basically build a house out of them. I just want something to do with them. You have a currency here. Perhaps use it instead of, putting all the attention over on the other currency, which we're going to be talking about a bit later. Actually, no. You know what? Right now, we're going to talk about it. Number 3. Everyone say it with me now. Feathers. Yeah, that's right. It's feathers time, friends. Oh, dear God. So, Hero Merits came out a little while ago, and everyone was like, yay, this is pretty exciting. And then they realized that it was actually a massive grind, and it still kind of is. Here is most of my selection, and I've been using my characters regularly, and it's still not even, I haven't even hit one unit that's gotten the 500. Goody. So that just gives you an idea, and I'll be pretty honest here, Heroes Merits, outside of that, well, the only other places you could get it from are the arena, which is grueling, and a thing, I think. And then, of course, we also have, well, the Gauntlet, which comes around maybe every month, or a month and a half with a character that you pick and you kind of take place in this pseudo battle, and it just, by the end of it, you might get some feathers and you might not. Still though, that's maybe a month to even get to even close to that little bit of 20,000 you need for one unit to go to 5 stars. Are you serious? 5,000? That's a bit much, don't you guys think? Seriously. You ever wonder why you have so many badges? It might be because you need a lot of feathers to do with this. Honestly, I hate to say it, and I hate to be that guy, but I'm just gonna say it again. Feathers right now are the worst time sink in this game right now. It is one of the worst. Just absolutely the worst. Hero Merits was supposed to be this kind of option to avoid that, but I'll be pretty honest here, unless you're abusing these units and constantly sending them out into the, I don't know, training stratum, or, you know, doing a story mode that might get you a bit more. Honestly, that's still a lot of grinding to do it. You could spend your time grinding up other units instead, and it just wastes so much time. I honestly think it would be better if perhaps just maybe you guys put a little more effort into putting in different ways to obtain feathers. Because right now, yeah, that's pretty nonsense. I have to say, that's just some pretty ass nonsense right there. 20,000, reduce it, I don't care, do something. Oh, what, you confuse 2 units together and, you know, knock off like 300? Thanks. Don't worry though, I'll just go collect my 5 feathers from my friends and from... Number 2. Orbs. You love them, you hate them. You may want to marry them depending on what they get you. Perhaps they've gotten you that 5-star Ryoma you've always dreamed about. Or maybe, instead, they got you a bunch of 3-star Palas. Well, it's time to really debate this whole orb thing. Orbs right now, well, they're not in the best state. And I hate to say it, but unless they change it, well, people are still gonna have problems. Sure, every month you'll get a new maybe quest line, and you know, maybe every 3 or 4 weeks you'll get a new chapter to something that'll allow you to get 4 more, maybe 8 if you're lucky, certain things like that. That's great, fine and dandy, cool. But what if you've already done them? What if you're already doing all the quests? What if you've completed everything? What then? Absolutely nothing. And that's a problem. Sure, you get daily login bonuses, sure, you get all this occasional nonsense from special events and things like that. And admittedly, Hero Fest was probably one of the best summoning sessions you can get. 5 stars, you know, at 5% is definitely a great idea, and I still think that you should be doing a lot more like this, IS. Seriously. This idea here rewards players for at least trying to summon outside of the 3% that you were using before, which honestly is quite brutal in its own right. I hate to say it, but maybe make orbs a little bit more frequent in some ways. I'm not saying that you shouldn't, but like the monthly quests that I do in like a day don't really constitute for much, honestly. I get maybe 10 orbs out of all of that. Oh good, I can summon 2 whole units. I'm so happy. All I'm saying is, you're gonna be removing the daily login bonus again with Hero Fest. It's gonna be ending soon, and with it, well, we're gonna run into even more problems. And I hate to say it, but if I'm a free-to-play player, I'm not gonna be happy. I might get that itch to buy orbs, yeah, sure, but what if I'm on a budget? Doesn't help. I'm just saying, maybe lighten up on the orbs restriction just a little bit, because simply put, I think that you should be focusing a little bit more on trying to keep those users who are playing right now than trying to punish those who don't pay. And I know a lot of people who do occasionally pay, but they just can't do it all the time, and it does hurt the bottom line when they can't participate in some things unlike others. I'm just saying, orbs are still an issue here. And it might not hurt to line up a little bit, or maybe guarantee a 5-star after so many pulls, because honestly, a lot of other gacha games do that, why can't we? Just maybe I'm just bitter over Ike, I don't know. At least I got him. Shame about the attack bane, though. Number 1. Oh boy, guys, look, it's the main lobby room. Oh wait, I'm sorry, this isn't right. Let me show you what you're actually going to be doing most of the time. Ah, there we go, much better. And then occasionally every like 2 weeks or so, let's just, yeah, there we go, much better, even better, good. Oh wait, there's still a problem here. Okay, every month. And then like 2 days after that, ah, perfect, okay, good. Yeah, that seems about right, okay. We did it, Yeah, I guess I'll just stop, going around the subject and just say it real blunt and clear. Where is the content? No, seriously. I don't mean to be that guy who's just like, man, I really wish there could be something better, but outside of the arena, there isn't much to do. Sure, you can train up units in the Stratums if you really want to, or maybe, just maybe, you'll go back into the arena and, every 2 weeks, hey look, a new Grand Battle hero that'll last a day. Hey look, there's something else on the horizon, it's a new story mode that you can maybe, last a day. And I hate to say it, but Heroes right now, as it stands, lacks a lot of content. There isn't much to do in terms of replayability, outside of, oh hey, I hope I get this summon character, oh hey, I hope I get this rare unit that I can then level and maybe fuse with another thing to give it abilities and level it up some more. That's the basic system there. I want something that we can play, something that we can, turn on and maybe, play outside of just, oh, good, I'm leveling up my unit, or oh, good, I'm grinding for feathers. Hooray! Yay. That's a lot of fun. No, I think we could probably do better. And I mean that. Other gacha games typically have other like modes that can just, be something fun to play. I personally think, people go, oh, well, maybe they should add online play, online multiplayer, so we could battle against each other in real time. That'll change strategies, right? Maybe, but personally, I don't think that would work very well on the phone. Just my idea. But, hear me out, maybe something like a score attack mode, something that can be replayed, allows us to, participate against friends. It would be something, just anything, please, actual content outside of just simple, little Grand Battle heroes, that are just, Grand Hero battles. I'm just so stressed out with that. Seriously. I need something that can hold my interest a little bit more than just Arena at this point. Because honestly, as much fun as Arena is at times, I get bored pretty easily with that. I'm just saying, maybe add a bit more competitiveness to this. Maybe add something else that isn't simply what Heroes is now, which is just grinding and then more grinding. No end at all. And I know it's a mobile game, but there needs to be a bit of something that I can play to actively be a part of it, because, well, content right now, it's lackluster. Sure, the Grand Hero battles are cool, and I like the units that you get to it, but they barely last the day that they're out. And after that, you're pretty much just bored with it. And that's the simple fact here. Add something with replayability, add something that interacts with your friends list. For God's sakes, you have it there. All I do with my friends list is, well, I don't even look at it. I just look at the visitor who comes in on my castle and it's like, oh, hey, here's your 5 feathers. 5 feathers, good lord. Ah, the dreams we've had. Honestly, all I want is just something more to play. Because right now, I feel pretty dead inside. Or I might actually be dead. Oh, crap. Well, good news, I'm not dead, but that's pretty much the end of this top 5 list. I just decided to try and do a little bit of a rant to see how it worked out, and well, here we are. I hope you all enjoyed it, and if you did, feel free to leave a like and, comment about how poorly I did in the comments, as always. Also, feel free to click any of these little icons on here, check out some of my other videos, and I'll see you all later.